Hello everyone. Welcome to PMC Qatar Book Club. We are reading the book Spiritual Growth Being Your Higher Self by Sanaya Roman. We are into the section 3 of the book Expanding Outward, chapter number 20 Non Attachment. Developing the ability to let go will accelerate your growth. Think of a time in your life when you let go of something, when you made a change and things were even better than before. One of the challenges of spiritual growth is learning to release those things that no longer serve you. Bless them as they leave and embrace the new as it comes. Letting go is an important aspect of growing. To grow, you may want to let go of an attitude such as anger or sadness. Sometimes you will need to let go of roles such as pretending to be a victim or savior. Sometimes you will need to let go of a relationship, a job, or a way of life. Learn to open to the new and release the old when it no longer serves you. Everything comes into your life to teach you something. When a person, situation, or a thing has taught you all it can, your higher self will replace it with something that will offer you new opportunities to grow and evolve. There is a common belief that growth requires suffering. One of the greatest causes of suffering is attachment. The more easily you can let go of the old and embrace the new, the more you can grow through joy rather than struggle. Growth involves making changes, learning new skills, and accepting new forms, attitudes, perspectives, and people into your life. Some people think that they need to hang on to what they have, for it may be the best they will ever get. If you are thinking about making a change, imagine yourself having something even better than you have now. See yourself going through the process easily and feeling happily with the results. Imagine imagine that this will be the best thing that has ever happened to you, even though you might not see why right now. Decide that you are going to trust in your ability to create your higher good and look forward to the wonderful surprises that are in store for you. Look at the things, people, and situation in your life right now. Is there anything that you would like to release? Ask your higher self to assist you in releasing anything that is not for your higher good. Is there anything that seems to be living your life even though you aren't sure you want it to? Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and mentally give this thing permission to leave you. Hanging on can repel something you want. Once you release something, it will either come back to you or something better will take its place. Nothing ever leaves your life unless something better is coming. Approach change as a great adventure. Believe that all change is for your higher good or it wouldn't be happening. You can learn to cope with change in joyful, peaceful ways by trusting that the universe is friendly and that your higher self loves you and is looking out for you. If your personality isn't willing to make the needed changes, sometimes your higher self will set things up so that the changes are made for you. Act upon the whispers before they become shouts. Make the changes your inner self suggesting to you. One of the most difficult attachments to let go of might be your attachment to your viewpoint, beliefs, and judgments. You are always being challenged to think in new and expansive ways. The path is easy for those who have no preferences. Let go of your strong preferences and opinions, for they are attachments that can take a lot of your energy. You can find your preferences in both significant and subtle things. Sometimes you have preferences in even the smallest things, such as the way your food is prepared or the way you drive to work every day. It is important to discover which preferences truly serve your higher good and which are simply unexamined habits that keep you from discovering new, higher ways to be. Start practicing non attachment by taking one small thing you feel attached to and pretending for one day that you are not attached to it. Become an observer and watch yourself. What habits and routines are you attached to? You don't have to give up these preferences, only your dependence on them. Once you can be happy with or without them, you are free. You can have them in your life without being controlled by them. You also need to learn detachment from strong emotions and situations that might take you out of your calm, clear center. You will want to let your higher self be the director of your consciousness. To do this, observe what is going on around you calmly and without judgment. It is as if you create an inner sanctuary where only the guidance and the direction of your higher self can influence you. As you stay aware and observant, you will be able to take action calmly. Learn to trust your intuition and take action on the messages you receive. Sometimes you have something planned, and an inner voice encourages you to change your plans in some way. How quickly can you drop your attachment to following your original plans and make a new ones? You will have increasing joy and ease when you listen to and immediately follow your inner messages. To effectively get your work out to the world, you will need to learn to detach from what others think of you. It is important not to worry about being liked, appreciated, and understood. You are at the forefront of a new consciousness, and many of your ideas are new. It takes an evolved person to appreciate new ideas. Learn to detach from needing praise or validation. Others may simply not be aware enough to see the value of what you are doing. Some people feel threatened by new ideas and they may express skepticism or criticize your work. Learn, learn to detach from people's reaction and value your work according to your own internal sense of its worth. It is important to let go of personal ambition. If you are tuning into and following the higher plan, all good things will come to you. Make your decisions not on what you think you will get out of doing things, but on how much your actions contribute to others. Although you still may have personal motives for what you do, make sure you are also considering the good of others. Don't worry about the numbers of people who are drawn to your work. Simply follow your inner guidance and do the best job possible. It is better to reach one person who truly benefits from your work than 100 who do not. You will be more empowered by the one who does than the 100 who do not. Detach from needing to have things work out any certain way. The universe is perfect. There are no failures. You may seem to lose time, but in grander scheme of things, that time will always be made up of for in other ways. Give yourself the gift of detaching from your worries and trust that everything is happening perfectly. Non attachment is serving people's higher selves rather than their personality selves. Some people confuse attachment with love. The thought of non attachment worries them. For they think if they do not feel attached to person, they do not love them. Non-attachment does not mean that you don't care. It is caring at a higher level. It is assisting them in being their higher selves rather than their personality selves. Some of you worry that you feel less compassionate the more you grow. You may look at others and see that their sufferings could be ended rapidly if they were willing to let go or make different decisions. Earlier, you may have felt sorry for them and thought that this was compassion. Compassion is remaining in your center, observing and detaching emotionally from others' problems. It is looking at the highest thing you can do for them, not what their personalities are telling you they need. Sometimes, to assist people in higher ways, you need to do things that feel right to you, but may not feel comfortable to their personalities. For instance, you may need to tell your child she can't have something because you know having it might harm her. You are not attached to how her personality reacts because you are serving her higher self. Non attachment requires you to know what your values are, honor your path, and come from your integrity so you can assist people at the highest level. Attachment is wanting to take care of people and solve their problems for them. Non attachment will give you a clearer perspective on how much assistance to give, how much people will be able to use your assistance, and when to stop giving to them. Sometimes the only thing you can do for people is simply love them and let them have their problems. Learn to detach from people's personalities, pettiness, or little faults. Focus instead on their greatness and you will experience more of it. Non attachment is loving people as they are and finding the right moment to insert a thought, a touch, or love into their lives to empower them to make shift to a higher level of consciousness. For instance, one woman suddenly got very busy with her work and was unable to spend her usual amount of time with a close friend. At first, she felt guilty, for she knew her friend felt hurt. As she pondered how to love both herself and her friend, she detached from the personality needs of her friend and imagined talking directly to her friend's higher self. She asked what she could do to honor the higher self of her friend. She received the inner guidance to be with her friend during the most important times and not to worry about other times. She sensed that these times would be when her friend was getting ready to grow and shift her consciousness to a new level. She didn't know in advance when those times would be, but she spent time with her friend only when she felt drawn to be with her. As it so happened, those times ended up being significant turning points for each of them. Every time they were together, both of them had significant breakthroughs. By her serving her friend's higher self and not her personality, their friendship grew even stronger. Some of you are attached to other person's opinions and base some of your actions and decisions on their love, approval, or validation. If you feel that you must be loved all the time and are afraid to do what you want because someone might stop loving you, your challenge will be to lose your attachment to needing that love. You may have a belief that says, if I act like myself, if I ask for what I want, I won't be loved. Tell yourself that you can have what you want and that people love you for who you are. You are freer to be creative, grow, and fulfill your potential. when you are not bound by what others think of you? Are the people you admire most the ones who always seek everyone's approval before they do things, or those who trust and act on their own inner messages? You are not responsible for making other people's lives work. They are. The need to save people from their mistakes is an attachment that will slow your growth. Are there people in your life you feel sorry for or are trying to bail out of problems they have created? You often turn into the victim when you try to save people because they often end up blaming you for their problems. They might also try to make you feel bad if you withdraw your support or don't solve their problem. They may become dependent upon you and resent their dependency and your help. Your help may even cost you their friendship. There are times when it is important not to be attached to solving other people's problems. You have the right not to hear about or become involved with other people's problems. Maintain a level of detached observation. Decide if you can truly assist them and if they want or can even use your assistance. If you do decide to provide assistance to someone with a problem, make a conscious decision to do so. When people tell you of their problems, stop and decide if you want to tackle their problem with them. Listen to them closely and decide if they are willing to find solutions or if they simply want to complain about how bad the problem is. Decide how much time you are willing to commit to assisting people and give them a clear picture of time, energy, and resources you will commit to their problems. Before you pour energy into changing or assisting people, let go of your need to have other people grow, appreciate you, or act in any particular way. Sometimes your strong desire to have them change may be the very thing that keeps them from growing. As you detach and stop worrying about them, they will be freer to grow. We guides can give you much insights about your lives, but only you have the ability to change your life by using the advice. Sometimes you aren't ready to let go of your problems because they are still teaching you many things. What we can do to assist you in gaining a new perspective? Take a small step or love yourself more. Do the same yourself. Give other people what assistance you feel is the best when viewing the situation from your highest level, then detach from the outcome. As you give freedom to others, you become freer yourself. Over time, people will come and go in your life. And one of the greatest gifts you give others is the freedom to go their own way. To truly serve others, you will need to give them complete freedom. For in so doing, you also free yourself to be all you can do be. Do not worry if some of your friends leave your life, for as you increase your vibration, people will either grow and stay in your life or leave. Don't be hard on yourself if you don't feel like spending as much time as you used to be with friends who refuse to grow. Be open to changes in them and encourage them when it is appropriate, but give yourself permission to spend your time where it brings you the most joy. You do not serve friends who aren't growing by staying at their level to keep them company and make them feel good. Only by growing yourself do you serve others. You can invite these friends to play with you at your new higher level. You are not sending them away, you are telling them you are playing a new higher game and inviting them to play it with you. Release them with love and compassion. If they do not want to play at your expanded level, it is more loving to release your friends than to put yourself around them and inwardly criticize their behavior. For instance, you may have a friend who generally plays the victim and blames everyone in his life for his problems. You have decided to take responsibility for your life and make it work. You may wish that your friend would change and find yourself increasingly irritated at his behavior. Invite him to take a responsibility for his life and play at your new level. Be willing to gently release him if he does not want to change. Or you may find your energy being depleted when you are with him. If your friends do leave your life, they may surprise you someday and come back willing to play at a higher level with you. New friends will also come into your life who will match your higher vibrations and new interests. You will find much more joy and inner peace when you release your attachments. Your world will expand and new opportunities will present themselves. Developing the quality of non attachment will give you freedom. When you aren't attached to what other people think of you or to having things be a certain way, you are free. You will have a sense of well being no matter what the people around you are doing. Non attachment is an important attitude on the path to spiritual mastery. Thank you.